So could Luke Aston's death have been prevented, and what are the wider lessons? Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Bourne is here. Jeremy.
This is a tragic case for Luke Aston's family, of course, but it's also raising tough questions about how to stop gamblers drowning in spiralling debt. It's a huge problem. The government reckons the United Kingdom has 300,000 problem gamblers, many using online casino games. And for one gambling expert, it's those financial losses which make this so much more destructive than other addictions.
Gamblers do not continuously lose. Gamblers actually continuously nearly win, because what happens is that, if I was playing this particular slot machine and that reel had just gone out one more step, I would have won that money. It's what we call the psychology of the near miss.
So what's being done about it? Well, last September, the Gambling Commission introduced some new safeguards. Companies now have to monitor their customers' betting. They have to intervene when it's out of control, and they have to stop offering new bonuses to problem gamblers. But one campaign group says it simply isn't working.
We see that time and again that the Gambling Commission are fining operators up and down the country for similar failings that have been explored in this case. And sadly, the Gambling Commission's fines don't seem to be changing the behaviour of the operators, so we are urging them to start taking licences away.
But Professor Griffiths says most people do bet safely, and that problem gambling is very easy to predict because gambling firms use artificial intelligence these days to monitor what you're spending, what games you're playing and how long you're playing online. He does want more controls, though.
People, if they want to go on a gambling site, you have to say up front how much money I'm prepared to spend a day, a week or even a month, and how much time I want to spend. Those tools are already there and gamblers should be using them. At the moment, they're voluntary. Personally, I think they should be mandatory. I'd also like to see what we call mandatory play breaks. So if you've been playing for, say, an hour continually on a gambling site, you can actually, the gambling operator would close down your account for, an amount of time before you can go back to that gambling site again.
And we can expect some more changes because the government is now planning new gambling laws which adapt to the smartphone era. Those include limiting online stakes, better checks to protect online gamblers, and a new levy on betting firms to fund addiction treatment. But Professor Griffiths says there is a balance to strike here. How do you protect that small minority at risk without taking the fun out of gambling?